Mercedes, what's up?
Hi, how are you?
Good. How you been?
Good. Not gonna lie, I'm a little dead right now, but um I'm good. I'm excited for this call.
You had a long day?
Yeah, yeah. My workout went an hour longer than I anticipated. So
Nothing wrong with some extra credit. So I can hear you. I just can't see you yet.
okay, hold on, give me a second. Let's see. Oh, here it is.
There she is. How we doing?
Hi, good.
All right. So today's call is really all about you. I just need to figure out like where we're at with our online fitness business, where we want to be, and with some of the challenges that you're facing. I'm going to help you overcome that today. Cool.
Yep, sounds great.
All right. Give me a rundown about you.
Okay, so currently I'm in an internship in Boston, originally from Southern California, live in San Diego. Went to San Diego State, graduated with a kinesiology degree. Didn't I wanted to do athletic training, but things changed and I decided that I didn't want to pursue anything in this kind of field. So that was back in 2019. Then COVID happened. Everything kind of just shut down. Um, Always been an athlete, always been around uh, pretty much some kind of sport. Played basketball, soccer, middle school, soccer, high school, played collegiately. So I've been around that kind of environment quite a long time. So then I thought I wanted to be a wedding planner, tried that out, didn't like it. That wasn't for me. So then I was like, maybe I should, go back to things that I actually like and see what I can do with them. So now I applied for this internship and I was able to get it. And because I didn't really have a clear direction on the kind of people that I wanted to work with. I didn't know if I wanted it to be just general population. I do like and enjoy working with kids and young athletes specifically. So this internship is dealing with a lot of young athletes and I really like it. So I'm thinking I'm going to do young athletes strength and conditioning. Like
Very
that's, I
cool.
think that's my niche.
That's cool. How long is that internship for?
3 months.
Okay. And how long have you been in there now?
So I'm going in on my third week.
Okay. Very cool. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you feel like the biggest challenge is going to be to get this thing up and running?
I wouldn't say a challenge, it's just the not knowing like how to do an online fitness because that's another thing too where I didn't want to do this field because the online wasn't an option. And I want flexibility to in my schedule to not be in a certain location, like not having to be certain, like in a certain base at a certain location. So, I mean, this kind of field didn't really do that. And then COVID happened and, a whole new world opened for this kind of industry. So, yeah.
So just systems and processes, really a step-by-step uh, game plan. I know what to do.
Yeah, just basically the systems uh put to be able to make, multiple figures a month. Like
Okay.
I don't want to just do it and just be with one person and I want to maximize the amount of money I can replicate myself to help like more than just what I can if I wasn't online.
So what is our financial goal? What would we need to be making to feel comfortable? And then what would we want to make, best case scenario?
Are you saying like starting the business? Because
Yeah.
I have like a goal no matter like what I want to do. Like I'm hitting 300,000. Like that
Okay.
is my goal.
All right.
That's my all time. That's my goal. So if I fall short, that's not bad.
Right.
As far as living in Southern California and all my family lives there. And if I want to stay there, I definitely have a certain lifestyle that I want to live. And it's going to take a lot of money to do that. Um, so that's like another thing. But starting off, like, I don't really know since I'm not really aware of the systems that are placed and all that. I don't really know how much I could make within the first, 3 to 6 months. So when you
Yeah.
say
Let me give you some
that,
context.
yeah,
So industry averages on the very low end, maybe 250 per month for services on the low end, up to 500 per month on the upper end. Obviously, there's room for even more based upon what you're offering. So let's just say you're feeling pretty qualified. We're starting off and maybe your average package is like around $400 per month for services. So if you had 25 clients, that would get you that 10K a month, which is already 120 a year, right? So it can happen extremely fast. And then once we're hitting 10K on a consistent basis, then you'd be eligible to go into our mastery level program. That's where we teach you really how to scale, how to run ads, how to bring on, DMers, or hire out so people can do like the more day-to-day monotonous activities that you don't want to do while you're focusing on more becoming the more that CEO of your own business.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that would be like great as far as in this kind of field. When I was studying and stuff, my max of a personal trainer, it wasn't a lot, and I didn't like that. Like,
Yeah, sure.
I wouldn't say I'm money driven. I just like I already know that there's a lifestyle that I want. I'm not gonna pursue something that I know it's not gonna give me that. No matter how much I love my job, I'm either gonna kill myself to get that, or I just like want to be smart about these things. So this is great. I already know that I want to sign up with somebody that can help me. Like, I don't want to really struggle when I can get help from people.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to see where you guys can help me and stuff like that, to see if it is a fit. But as far as where my starting point would be, yeah, like anything from like 4K and up a month for the beginning would be great.
Cool. So 4K and up, it's only 10 clients. That's easy, right?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you say that, but it's like, how much work am I going to have to do? Because I don't know this. This is an unknown for me. If you say 10,
For sure.
10 clients isn't bad. Oh, sign me up. 20 clients. I don't know. Show me how easy it is, Jeremy.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you step by step, because you'll be like amazed. I'm like, man, I can't believe it's really this simple, right? So if you're a past athlete, right? So I'm college basketball player. I'm a men's IPE pro. So we thrive off the structure and the game plan, right? If you can follow that and just execute, you're going to be successful. So if you got the 3 C's, if you're committed, coachable, and consistent, you're going to thrive. It's that simple, right? So if you can follow instructions, read, and watch a video, you're going to be in a good spot.
Yeah, good. I hope so.
Now, outside of that, is there anything else? I know financial freedom is a big deal, right? We want to make sure that we're living a certain lifestyle. You had mentioned you want flexibility of time because you want to be able to pursue things at not just one location, but all over. And then you also mentioned you want to work with younger athletes. Is there anything else that we think online coaching is going to give us?
I mean, I just know I want to be my own boss. That's it. No, that's really it. Like, I've been working under a lot of people. Even this internship, it's a great internship, but there's a lot of structure and things that how they want it done, which is great. But it's like, I feel like I'm older to the point where I already know I want to like do something within my own business. And if someone asks me if I can go somewhere, I'm my own boss. I can be there, like I don't have to ask somebody for that time, and I have a big family. So there's going to be a lot of games that I need to attend, like any kind of shows or whatever, that they're very young. They're young athletes or young kids that are becoming athletes. So I don't want to miss a game. Like, I want to be able to be present in my younger siblings' life. So that's also like a big motivation, and to be able to help them.
I love that. Now, are we looking at doing majority online? Or are we looking at some hybrid style where you'd be doing maybe a few in person? What does that look like?
I definitely like hybrid style, but I want majority of my stuff online.
Okay, cool. If you see me looking down, I'm old school. I'm taking notes on a pen and a pad.
Yeah, you're fine. I got my pen and pad here too.
All right, we're on the same page. I like it. So outside of the internship, what else have we tried? Have you been doing any research? Have you looked into other companies? What's that look like?
As far as like online fitness stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually know that, like I said, I want to work with somebody. So I do have like other people that I've been looking into. I have another phone call tomorrow too, just because it's not like I'm aware of these kinds of people that help people like online fitness and anything online, e-commerce world. And, it does matter the environment, who you're working with, the team. Do you click with the team that works? Like, they can give you the info that you need to be successful, but it's like, do you click with that person, or like those kinds of things? So yeah, you are actually my first phone call, and I have another one tomorrow. and probably looking on having one more phone call with somebody
Cool.
just to see the kind of online fitness stuff that they offer and their approach on certain things.
Yeah, I love that. Now it sounds like community is like a pretty big deal to you, like teamwork, community, things of that. Is that correct? You thrive in a bigger community?
Yes.
We have a ton of that. So where you'll be paired up with a one-on-one coach, and that coach has been through our 10K accelerator and mastery level. So they have a 6 or 7 figure business based off the information in our course. You'll have group support calls. You'll have a sales coach at one point in time as well. You'll have a private Facebook group. You'll have a WhatsApp group chat with your coach as well. So there's a ton of like over 5 different activation points for you. So we're guaranteed to make sure that you're staying on track, you're accountable, and more importantly, you're successful and you're getting where you want to be at. Cool?
Cool.
All right, so next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna kind of go over a high level what we have to offer, then we're gonna actually deep dive into our modules so you can see exactly how I'm gonna get you to 10K. Cool?
Sounds good.
All right, let me know when you can see my screen.
Okay, cool. I can see it.
All right. So as you know, we're the Next Level Coaching Academy. We're actually accredited through the Better Business Bureau. We got a quality rating of an A out of a possible A+, and we're also backed by 3 of the largest certification companies in the world, ACE, NASM, and ISSA. Now, on the success ladder, we're going to have 2 tiers. We're going to have 10K Accelerator. We're going to have Mastery Level Coach. Now, 10K Accelerator is ideal for an individual such as yourself. Got some skin in the game, maybe a couple certifications, but we're looking to really make an impact on the online platform. The information in this course can get us from 0 up to 10K per month in as little as 4 months. Now, Mastery Level happens when you're hitting 10K on a consistent basis, and our focal point is to get to that 100K a month, become more of that CEO, and remove ourselves from like that coaching aspect. So for right now, we're really working on building our foundations. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. The program itself is going to be divided into 4 phases. The first thing we want to do, we want to focus on getting you your first couple clients. Then we'll establish a solid business foundation. We're going to help you generate leads organically utilizing AI and ChatGPT. We want to expand your overall message and reach. And we'll also develop sales and client retention strategies to help you reach, sustain, and surpass 10K per month. Now, on the support side of things, I mentioned that one-on-one coach you have. You'll also have one-on-one coaching calls every 2 weeks to revisit the game plan, make changes, receive feedback, and then get very specific instructions on what you need to execute. The sales coach will take place when you're averaging about 3 Zoom calls per week and you've completed all the sales modules. This will be an individual that'll teach you the psychology behind sales, how to maximize your overall return of investment, and how to close down those calls at a 40% clip or greater. We'll also have bi-weekly roster coaching calls, 5 times a week of group support calls that accommodate your current schedule. So this would go over client objection handling, client delivery, marketing, lead generation, mindset, even case studies. Then you'll have 24/5 tech support with your coach as well. So outside of all those game planning calls, you can text your coach 24 hours a day. They're contractually obligated to answer all of your questions. Now, becoming a fitness entrepreneur is exciting, but it's also overwhelming at times. So we created what we call the Zenpreneur method. We help with weekly mindset calls, breath work, meditation sessions, even journaling, just to ensure you're in a good headspace to constantly move forward within your business. As far as the resources go, you're going to have the course curriculum. You'll have that Zenpreneur method we just got done discussing. We also provide done-for-you programs, which saves you hours of time. And we'll even give you agency outsourcing options when you're ready to make specific changes or enhancements to your program. We also offer an optional certification if you don't have one at no additional charge. Any questions on that so far?
No.
Cool. This is the secret sauce to get you from 0 to 10K. The 4 phases. Phase 1, act first. What's that mean? We're going to launch our business. We're going to announce to the world who we are and what we're about. We're going to implement very specific strategies to get your first couple clients right out the gate. Phase 2, we're going to set up all of your back-end systems, make sure you're a fully legal company, and then we'll also figure out what problems you solve for individuals. Based upon that, we'll then create our offer and pricing. Phase 3, developing consistency. We're going to teach you organic marketing strategies to expand your reach. We'll help you generate leads with our community lead generation method, which we use WhatsApp group. And we'll also teach you basic sales funnel creations to close down deals more efficiently. Phase 4 is like the fine tuning of everything. We're going to maximize your sales skills. We're going to have consistent client delivery systems, but we're going to emphasize customer support and client retention to keep people happy for longer periods of time and advance into higher levels of your programming. Any questions on the phases?
No.
All right, you're making my job easy. I like you already. All right, there's a total of 32 modules. Each module will have an overview link. It'll also be associated with videos. Both the videos and the links are very tutorial style, so you'll always know what to do step by step, okay? First step to becoming a full-time coach, as mentioned, we're going to implement very specific strategies to get your first couple clients. The cool thing is The resources we provide, the majority are already done for you, so we're more efficient within our time. The 10K Accelerator Directory, I want you to view this as onboarding material that'll help you become a better student. It really shows you how to maximize the program to its fullest capabilities. Now, the roadmap is pretty dope. It's a 2-part phase. We're going to show you what you need to do to get from 0 to 5K, and then what we need to do to get from 5 to 10. So again, all those expectations and standards are laid out, so you'll always know what to do. And then if we're trying to get to 300,000 a year, we have specific lifestyle goals. So we want to make sure we implement daily and nightly routines to ensure we're in that right space. As far as the mindset, anxiety, fear of failure, imposter syndrome, all natural, normal feelings, but we help you overcome that to move forward with your business. We've also identified the top 10 struggles that you'll face as a fitness entrepreneur, but we provided solutions to each and every one of these. As far as your administration systems go, this is where things get a little interesting. Have you heard of ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Yes, like Google on steroids, high power virtual assistant. We're going to show you how to maximize this for free resources, content creation ideas, even workout and programming as well. Backend systems, we'll show you Wave and Stripe for payments, DocuSign for client agreements, Typeform and Calendly to book calls and apply for you. And then even TrueCoach or Trainerize to upload all of your programming, all of your nutrition, you can customize your videos for your clients to make it more efficient for them. Same thing for your financial systems. We're going to set up your LLC, show you how to get your employment identification number, when to open up a business bank account, how to track what's coming in and out of your business, how to pay quarterly taxes, how to pay yourself, examples of business write-offs, business liability insurance, all the legalities. Now, the cool thing about this, if you were to file your LLC the traditional way, it takes roughly 2 to 3 weeks. We're a partner with an AI company called Taylor Brands. It takes 2 to 3 minutes for all your business legality. So a fraction of the time, we can spend more time building our business. Target setting, we're going to create your 3-year vision, your 1-year vision, your 3-month vision. We'll deep dive into your very specific goals. And from there, we're going to figure out, let me move this out the way. And from there, we're going to figure out what problems you solve for individuals. So identifying your ideal challenge. And based upon that, we can then create our offer and pricing. So understanding how much value you bring. This is going to be a more do it for you, do it with you, or do it yourself program. The more that you do, the more that you offer, the higher the ticket offer. That will be established upon your overall length of terms. So we help with the overall structure of your pricing as well. Organic marketing, we're going to show you how to do 1 hour's worth of work, get 14 different pieces of content created out of that. We're also going to show you how to expand your overall message and let people know exactly who you are and what you're about. So we'll show you how to set up podcasts and YouTube. And then we're going to show you how to market for all things Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok related. So it's more than just randomly posting, very specific strategies we implement on each platform to make sure we're maximizing our potential. Same thing with Facebook. We take it all the way down to the hashtag use, reels, page aesthetics, and then we'll show you also how to optimize TikTok to get more engagement as well and bring you in more followers and more business. Content creation made easy. We're going to introduce you to Canva Basic, Canva Pro, and Microsoft Designer. I want you to think of your social media as like a storefront. So if you're out shopping, something that grabs your attention, makes you want to go in. Same thing with your social media. We want people scrolling. They see a Mercedes page, like, man, what's she got going on over there? I need to figure that out. I need to click on her. So this is really good for branding. It's really good for an editing tool. It really shows you how to set up your page aesthetics a little bit more smoother, make it more organized. 10K lead generation framework. There's 3 different ways we do this. The first of which is what we call earned media. I want you to think of this as like inbound marketing or getting people to come specifically to you. So we'll show you how to set up a WhatsApp group, why it's important, who we're going to target, how it'll benefit your business. Then we'll give you very specific strategies to get people filtered in. So cross-pollination example of that, maybe you're partner with another coach and their audience and viewers get to see who you are and vice versa. So overall, we expand our reach, our followers, things of that nature. Probably my favorite one is a scholarship strategy. It incentivizes people to apply for you. You get their personal information. It gets a lot of people excited about possibly starting a program with you. We also do call to actions as well. And free resources, everybody loves free stuff. Builds trust and gives them a chance to kind of figure out who you are. Opposite of that is what we call conversation calls. So let me go back one more. Conversation calls is essentially outbound marketing. It's like you reaching out to individuals first. Now, I want you to think outside the box on this. It's not just DMing. So whether you're back in Cali at this point in time, or maybe in Boston, if you started getting like a good base of people that trust you, I want you to reach out to those individuals. An example, I'm partnered with a local supplement company out here. I have all my clients on specific supplementations based upon their goals. That supplement company gives me 30 referrals a month and discounts because I'm supporting their business. So anyone going into a health store is clearly healthy conscious oriented and they have goals. So I get a huge following off of that, and I'm able to close down over 50% of those calls that come to me. Another
Nice.
example, my wife's in healthcare. So some of the healthcare providers are like the most unhealthiest people. I'll go do free seminars, 15, 20 minutes, show the CEOs how I can maximize their overall employees' potential. That way there's less sick days and they're getting more return on investment. Right off that, I get 15 referrals a month. So it's easy. My foot's already in the door because people know who my wife is. They know me. Easy way to get business, right? Same thing in California. Okay. So outside of that, if we're talking about DMing now, we'll give you specific scripts, which can change based upon your tonality. We'll give you conversation and call examples. But more importantly, we're going to show you where to find all these leads on all 3 platforms, how to build and nurture these relationships. And now that we have that WhatsApp group set up, hopefully they're engaging with some of your current clients, which they're going to give you a good review. So by the time you get on that sales call, there's some trust. They feel like they know who you are. It's a more intimate conversation. It's a warmer lead come that close call. From there, let's go back. Referral strategy, the easiest way to grow your business. Friends, families, coworkers, past clients talking about how amazing you are. We'll give you resources and strategies to incentivize people to bring you more referrals without actually having to ask for it. And then if you're going to be an entrepreneur, it's imperative that you're really good at sales. So we're going to teach you the sales psychology, how to maximize your sales capabilities, because we want to set up 2 types of phone calls. The first is a meet and greet. It's like a screening call. It's like a 10 to 15 minute phone call to figure out, do I really want to work with this person? Can I actually solve their problems? So we give you real-time examples with our coaches, which will lead us into our closing call. This is where you're trying to lock down that client, turn them into a client. So we're doing a lot of objection handling. We'll give you specific scripts. We'll teach you how to create downsells and discounts. This will be massive for you, creating financing options for people who normally couldn't afford your program. And then we'll show you follow-up procedures, how to lock them down once and for all. Now, once we lock them down, we want to go back and we want to track all this. We want to track how many calls were booked, how many showed, how many closed, and at what length of term. So we'll give you resources how to track this more efficiently because we want predictable data every single month. Objection handling is going to be all the excuses you're going to hear as to why someone can't start. We have over 30 different examples that you're going to hear most frequently on the online space. So the more you can familiarize yourself with this, the easier it is to overcome those objections on that closing call. Any questions so far?
No.
Cool. Client onboarding is probably by far the most overlooked aspect by coaches and trainers, their first 30 days in your program. So this will make or break if someone wants to continue with you. So we need to make sure we're setting standards, expectations, check-in processes, getting them a resource in their hand within that first 24 to 48 hours while we're building out that program to make sure they feel excited and they trust us. Client delivery process and how you deliver services, but how can we do this more efficiently utilizing ChatGPT and AI? And then also, no matter how good of a coach you are or a trainer, it's inevitable. This will happen. Someone's going to ghost you. Someone's going to quit. Someone's not going to listen. So usually there's a reason behind that. Sometimes people want to feel like they want to be a part of a larger community. They want it to be more than just you and them. Some of them just want to talk shit about your leg days with other individuals, right? They just want to have fun. Some want to have more touch points with you, individualized touch points. Some want challenges. And imagine this, some are expected of them. So we'll give you resources and strategies to get them to execute at a higher level on a more frequent basis. Into customer support, the not so fun side of things. How do we deal with cancellations, refund requests? How do we track it? How do we mitigate it for the upcoming months? And then lastly, we'll move into client retention. We want to keep people happy for long periods of time, advance them to much higher levels of your programming. How can we do that? How can we track it? Quick recap, and we'll answer all of your questions. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. The program itself is 4 months long. You'll have your customized game planning call. You'll have your one-on-one coach the entire duration. You'll have one-on-one coaching calls every 2 weeks. You'll have a sales coach, the Facebook community, and CEO trainings. 5 times we have group support calls that accommodate a 9 to 5, 24/5 tech support, done for you programming, and an optional certification course curriculum. Is there anything you feel like we're missing here?
Can you see that last part again? You cut off.
Yep. Where did you get last? I'm sorry.
You said the WhatsApp group chat.
Okay, so you'll have the WhatsApp group chat. You'll have done for you programming. You'll have the optional certification and the business course curriculum. Is there anything else you feel like we're missing?
I don't know, because maybe I do have questions and they fall underneath these categories. So I'll just have you keep going and then I'll ask the questions at the end.
We're solid right now. So I got done through the major part. We'll go over some testimonials and things of that nature.
Got it.
But what do you got for me so far?
So for so for this 4-month program, the LLC and all that stuff, the packages. So obviously there's going to be packages on the kind of help that I'm going to need. LLC and all that, is that included with the package, or is that paying aside from all that?
That's going to be aside. So for instance, if you file your LLC pending the state, it'll be just state dependent. So it could be anywhere between, $50 to a couple $100 pending the state you're in. If you're going to file it the
Okay.
traditional way, if you go through Taylor Brands, it's going to be roughly around the same cost, but a fraction of the time if you go through the AI company, because they're setting up everything for you versus doing it separately. As far
Got
as
it.
as far as any other outside costs, the majority of the stuff that we're having you do as far as setup wise is organic based. So you're maybe coming out, if you use Chat GPT, the newest version, that's probably $20 a month, which is totally worth it. But you could use the older version that's free. And then maybe my DocuSign is maybe $50. If you don't have any clients right now, I wouldn't recommend using like Trainerize or TrueCoach yet. How I did it is I waited until I had about 20 to 25 clients to have it make sense why I was utilizing it. So I was using like Google Sheets when I first started off. People really don't care if you're getting them results. They don't care what it is.
Mhm.
I had a physique coach that still to this day uses Google Sheets, and he's very successful, but he doesn't feel like changing that. Now, as you get more clients, that could be an upsell or something to entice them. Like, hey, Mercedes, I'm super excited because you've been with me for X amount of months. I'm actually adding now this application called TrueCoach. It's going to allow us to like engage more. I can check like when you're doing your workouts, things of that nature. So I'm really excited. It's no additional charge, but I'm going to invite you to that, and it kind of builds excitement. So that's how I frame that. So in totality, outside of maybe the LLC paying the state, you're looking at maybe $50 to $150 outside of the cost of the course.
But that's monthly. That's like monthly subscriptions. Because if we're talking, right? That's what you're
Yep.
talking about. That's
Yep.
like every month. Okay.
In totality, yep.
Okay.
So probably closer to more like $100 additional, because your LLC
Okay.
is going to be like a one-time setup. So in that phase 1 and 2, that's just a one-time setup, and then the rest of the time you're working majority on like marketing, lead generation, and client fulfillment. Does
Got
that
it.
make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. What else you got for me?
The training, there is a certification, correct? Online training, you have to be certified. How long is that? Did you go say that in this?
Yeah, we have an optional certification. It's not mandatory, but it does make you look a little bit more attractive, a little bit more appealing. It shows that you did a little bit extra work. So that would be probably a 2-week program for you. Like if you have your degree in kinesiology, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty easy review for you, but it'll go over like equal parts fitness, equal parts nutrition. There'll be a test, 77 questions long. Got to get an 80% or better. It's open book. It's not timed. You can take it as many times as you like. Okay, so it's going to give you some feedback as far as how to build a healthy plate, intuitive eating, macro-based, based upon whether it's muscle gain, weight loss, and then there'll be like program design, programming variables, intensity techniques, things of that nature as well.
Okay.
And then once you
That's
pass
like
your
online. So what's the difference between, training in person and then training online? Because isn't there different tactics that you have to do? I've never done online training. So that's why I'm like asking, like when
No,
you
these are
say
great.
that, like what is that? The online training
Yeah,
for
so the
online fitness coach.
Yeah, those are great questions. So I was a master level trainer in person for over 15 years. I did hybrid like the last year and a half. The difference is if you're working solo, like in private, you might be paying a rent fee, but you can charge your prices significantly higher. So out here, I was charging $150 a session. So I was making really good money, but you're essentially trading your time in to be present with that individual. Whereas online, you can service a lot more people. So one-on-one training in person, you're there for the full hour. Online, you're creating maybe 8 to 10 to 12-week programs. They're doing weekly check-ins or whatever it is that you're offering. So for me, I'd have check-ins, or I'd have them, 24/5 tech support, where they're reaching out to me, and like maybe someone that has, hey, after the second week, my knees are killing this week. I see that I'm supposed to be doing back squats. Okay, we need to change that out. Maybe we'll do a leg press, or we'll do something different to where we can manipulate that range of motion so it's not causing pain on that specific area. So you're not going to be sitting there watching them work out online. You're actually just creating programming, adding different variables for them based upon how they're feeling and how they're checking in or their biofeedback. And then that'll change like based upon how many weeks your program is going to be. So usually what I'll do is the majority of my programs are 6 to 8 week programs, and then I change them out. And then usually every 2 weeks, I'm adding in a different intensity technique as well. So still based on progressive overload. The cool thing that I mentioned earlier, though, is it sounds like you're very well educated, but they do have done for you programming, which is huge because that saves you hours of time. And you can literally just go into that. And if there's something else that maybe, for instance, if you're coaching me and maybe there's something I can't do, you can just supplement that. You can go into like hinge movement. There's a drop down menu. You can just substitute it out with a different movement.
Nice.
So it saves you a ton of time.
So does that online fitness certification go through those things? Like
Yeah.
what's good for like being in person is a lot different than being, present online. So it's like, does it go over those steps on how to show your presence in an online platform versus like in person?
Yeah, so that's where the majority of this actual course is going to show you like how to be more present, how to market yourself, different unique angles, different options, different pricing points, ascending, descending, different offers, things of that nature. So it goes over step by step how to do all of that. The certification aspect is going to be more generalized toward like workout programming variables and nutrition programming variables as well. Now, average in-person trainer is making about 40K a year, and then the average online through us is making over 77,000. So there's a massive difference going from in-person to online.
Yeah, that's why I'm like looking online.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, and you said that certification is optional. Is that included in the cost, or is that an added cost?
Nope, it's all included, so at no additional cost. So for you, I wouldn't want to spend longer than 2 weeks on that, which will lead into our next thing. Because did you get to hear about the 3 times your investment guarantee?
Yes, I watched. That's in the videos, right? That needed to be seen before this. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to kind of touch on that. So in order to be eligible for that, you do a 10-year game planning call, which is pretty standard. $10 of your one-on-one coaching calls, which is only 2 per month. 1 group support call each week. No late payments. Charge at least the bare minimum suggested prices of $250 or more per client, which shouldn't be a problem because you're looking for higher quality people. Run a scholarship program within the first 90 days, which is only going to get you a lot of traction. Let's see. And don't spend longer than 2 weeks on that optional certification. You do all that, you show up, you do the work, you use our resources. We guarantee you'll 3 times the amount you invest, or you get 100% refund, which no other company is actually doing. Year to date, we've helped over 3,000 students. We've only had a return of 1.6%.
That's nice. That's great. That's great for you guys.
Well, it's going to be great for you.
Yeah, I mean, just to say that alone, like, is really good.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's see. Let me just read through this really quick. So that nutrition and fitness certification is that online certification that you're talking about.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
So it's great to have, like, I'm never going to tell someone not to get additional certifications. Like, continuing education is part of our responsibility as coaches to be on the up-to-date newest trends, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if we're talking about making some things happen and being more efficient, like I know a million people that have NASM, which is probably the highest regarded certification, which is great. But a lot of people have no idea how to actually implement that thing. They might know the sciences behind it, but they don't know how to coach, right? So we're actually taking the guesswork away. We're showing you how to implement it. And then we're showing you also how to build a business off this. No certification actually shows you how to build your own business from start to finish. So as you're going through the course, you're building as you go. It's not one of those things where you take the course, you go back and implement. You're actually, our main focal point is to get your first couple clients first, and then start building our business on the back end of things. So it's a step-by-step approach to make sure that you're constantly generating income.
Got it. And then since you mentioned like all the social media platforms and stuff like that, so for photos, say I'm like a horrible photo taker, like how do you guys like approach that?
So they'll go over different ways to like edit. They'll show different ways to like, it's going to be more than just photos. We'll show you like what type of things to post on your storyline, what type of things and resources to post as actual content or posts. Because a lot of people think, oh, if I post 3 to 5 times a day, I'm solid. There's actually a lot more sciences behind this. We do track that through data analytics. The main thing is you want to make sure you're relatable to the ideal audience that you're trying to captivate. So as an example, I focus on men 35 to 50 that are high level CEOs. So think about those problems that a man will have at 35 to 50 that are high level. Usually they're great at business, but they're not the best partner and they're not the best father because they're so busy or preoccupied with business. So that causes a strain in the relationship because if they're not home with the wife, she's feeling, not taken care of. And then if he's not home, not helping the family, she starts to resent him. So men are geared off of money, power, and sex. You take one of those things away, you've got some major problems, right? So also at that age demographic, if you're 35 to 50, you're usually in a pretty good spot where you're headed with your life as far as financially. So I'm not having to tweak a lot and try to negotiate my terms. I already know these guys have it. And more importantly, I have an answer to their solution that's a major problem. So I help men get better habits, feel more balanced with their own personal life while still being a beast in the boardroom. And then they can actually enjoy a more higher quality of life, not just be the provider. Because what a lot of men don't understand is kids and wives really don't care about the money you bring in, they care about your presence. And if you're not present, that causes a rift in the relationship. So for you, if you're dealing with, so for me and my audience, I would hope that if you're 35 to 50 and you're a high level CEO, I would hope to God, you're probably not on TikTok very much if we got problems, like as a man, right? But if you're dealing with younger athletes, you're going to utilize all 3 platforms. My platforms are the money makers for me are going to be mainly Facebook and Instagram. Now, Facebook happens to be tied to my Instagram, so it just goes there automatically. But for you, there's going to be a lot of different kids, especially if you're working with athletes. The one thing that you need to think about, because I used to want to work with athletes don't have any money until they actually make it big, or they have to be supported by the parents. So we have to think about that. So if we're going to generate that and work with primarily younger athletes, we need to make sure we're hitting all social medias and we have different offers at different advancement levels. So that could be a huge thing too, right? So TikTok is going to be huge for a younger generation, as is Instagram, not so much Facebook, but you're going to want to utilize all 3 because you have such a wide, diverse clientele. Because while you're working with athletes, there'll be some general population that filter in and just want to work with you because they see maybe your own specific results or they feel like they can resonate with you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
What else you got for me?
Just give me a second. As of right now, I don't have any more questions. Not off the top of my head. For the lead gen, like all those things, what do you guys use and stuff like that? Like, how do you guys, all that stuff, like when you send emails, like how do you, I don't know, maybe it's just more simple than I think it is.
Yep. So lead gen, like we're going to go lead gen for you. When you go into these modules, it really starts on the 10K lead generation framework. So the first one is earned media. They'll go through each and every one of these systems. Oh, the other thing I want to show you too, kind of cool. So you can kind of see the outline of this. I want to show you something else too really quick. I think that's going to provide a little bit more context for you. Let's just go here. And then on the overview link, when you click on this is pretty cool. It takes you like tutorial style on exactly how to do every single one of these things.
Nice.
Okay? So if you're someone that learns better from reading, I'm a visual person, I'll have to watch it first, then I'll go back and read it, and then it starts making more sense for me. But no matter how you do it, it literally shows how, step 1, and then it tells you exactly what to do. And it does this through the entire module. Now, the cool thing about this is this covers everything that's presented in our module step by step. Okay, and then when you click on those things, it naturally saves to your Google Docs. You'll always have that. And then let's just say you want to do the free WhatsApp group process step 1. where it literally goes step-by-step tutorial style as well. Now, the
Cool.
videos will cover a little bit more in depth than some of the written material. There's going to be like little hidden nuggets that he says, but overall it's essentially the same information, but you're getting a little bit more out of those videos. So they'll go through all that. Like that's just one area. That's just earned media. All this is still earned media. So they're going to go step by step. They will also go in through how to, use the emails, how to do call to action strategies, how to get these people's personal information so you can reach out. They go over all that step by step.
Cool. Made it real simple.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. How are we feeling? Like, does this seem like it checks off the boxes for what you're looking for?
Yeah, I mean, it's like a blueprint, it's something I definitely can go off, and that's exactly what I'm looking for as far as starting from ground zero.
Right. 100%.
I would like to just like go through more of it, just like to read through it. Because are you gonna send this to me? What you're going through?
This right, yeah, I can't send the whole sheet, but I can send you a condensed version of what we went over today, like a 10-minute video versus a 30-minute video. They're not going to be as detailed because that's the whole point of going into these.
Yeah.
If I went into each and every one of this, we'd be on here for 5 hours.
Yeah. But just like a recap, like, hey, good talk. Here's a recap, and just kind of little snippets of, what you kind of went over.
Yeah, I have a video that my manager actually made. It's like 10 minutes, like a condensed version, and it kind of goes over this a lot faster, but it's not as in depth. So it'll be essentially the same presentation. So I can send you that as well.
Okay. Yeah, that would be perfect. Just for me to like go over it. Like I said, I had a long day, so this internship's really kicking my ass. I'm not even gonna lie. I woke up at 4 and was supposed to be home way before, but I kind of just got home and went straight into this call. So I haven't really wind down, and I didn't want to postpone this meeting.
For sure.
So that's where I am right now. But by the sounds of it, it's definitely something. If you tell me to do something, I'm going to do it. It's like one of those things, like how you were saying, like, just give me the game plan, tell me what to do, and I'll do it, kind of thing. And everything.
Yeah.
I mean, 4-month program, game planning call, private one coach. Yeah, I mean, 9 to 5 accommodating times.
Do you feel like this will get you the results to that financial freedom and that more time with your family?
I mean, for sure. The person that, like, if I don't do it, if I don't get to that number, I feel like it's because I didn't want to do it, or I didn't do it how I should. That's just it. Now I know I'm going to be spending money, so I want to make sure I'm going to be spending money on the right thing.
For sure.
So, I mean, everything's pretty good. My stepbrother actually is in your 4-month program, I believe.
Cool.
Because I haven't talked to him about it. I just asked if he was working with you guys, and he said yeah, but he didn't. He said his progress. He's been with you guys for 2 weeks or 2 months now, I think.
Okay.
He said. So he said he's definitely seen a difference. So there's a lot of positive feedback that I'm getting about your guys's, this kind of curriculum that you guys have, accelerator program. So definitely have a step up, only because I know someone that's already in it and is talking good things about you guys. And I've seen like a big difference in his stuff and all that stuff. I follow his new TikTok that he made and all that, his new Instagram that he made. And he's just, I haven't really talked to him in depth about anything. I just was like, oh, what's your take on it? And he just said, it's going really well. Definitely the sales have gone up. So definitely positive feedback that I would like to hear. So I had already a positive feeling coming into this call. And just to hear, only because I have a family member that's also already in this program. So yes, I do believe this program would be able to get me something, since I have nothing to go off of, so definitely I'm hoping for something, but yeah, I mean, everything sounds pretty good. I'm a type A kind of person, so like this is great. And this whole step by step and stuff, perfect. Simplified, great. I really don't have any questions as of right now.
Cool. Did you get a chance to check out the testimonials at all?
I did watch some of the videos.
Okay. Let me just share a couple
But
because I think they're going to resonate with you. The couple people I'm going to share. I'm going
okay.
to show you a couple of different people at the end of the spectrum. And I'm going to tell you why I shared them specifically with you. This is Karina. She was making about $2K a month. Her focal point wasn't to build an empire. She just wanted to spend more time with her kids and travel. That's all she wanted to do. This first tattoo indicates when she started NLCA. Bottom tattoo indicates when she quit her job. After 6 months, she was collecting 10 to 12K. She's now 15K a month. She works 35 hours a week. She travels with their kids. So the reason I brought that up is because I know that you wanted to have more time with your family. I know you want to be more present at those games. And more importantly, you said you wanted a lifestyle, and we can do that lifestyle in under 40 hours per week if you're really organized, right? So that's kind of why I showed you this individual, okay? Now on the opposite end, this is going to be Jen. She's an IFBB pro. This is her husband, Darren. He's a sales guru as well. She had actually started her online journey back in 2015 with another company, but she couldn't quite hit the numbers that she wanted. So she got with NLCA in 2021. Since then, they're hitting 100K months on a regular basis. She's a 7-figure earner, has a team of 12 underneath her. They're what you call an empire, right? So she's actually one of the mastery level coaches as well. So this is someone that's a wife and a pro athlete, and she runs a very successful, thriving business. So two ends of the spectrum, but I could see you resonating with kind of both of them, to be honest, based upon your ambitions and based upon your family. Averages, this is going to speak largely to you. 73% of our students sign their client in month 1. On average, it takes them 1 week to do so. So stat behind this, the individuals that sign their client in month 1, by the end of month 4 are averaging over 8K per month. The individuals that don't sign their client month 1, but by the end of month 4 are averaging over 6,500. So just to be a basic, mediocre, middle line individual, you could be making 6,500 to 8K on average. Based of our conversation and your personality, I would say that you're not an average individual. Am I right?
Definitely not.
Right. So this is what leads me to my next point. Of the students who hit a 10K month, it takes them 13 weeks to do so. So just think about this. That's the average. Just over 90 days, you could be hitting a 10K month and starting to move yourself into a completely different tax bracket. All right. And other students that stay with us for 12 months or longer, they have 97 clients on their roster on average. Those individuals that have 97 clients are averaging 366,000 per year. So the reason I say that is because your goal was to hit that 300K. There you go. All right. And our students are grading the program a 4.6 out of 5 on average, which means we're getting massive results for those respectable businesses. Any questions on that?
No, that sounds really good. And you said for taxes and stuff like that, you guys give us loopholes that we can work around.
100%. So in that, yeah, exactly. In that financial situation, we show you what tax write-offs are. This whole course is a tax write-off. So we show you what you can write off. Yeah, you can use your gym membership as a tax write-off. If you have an office at home, you can use part of that as a write-off as well. We show you all those little tricks of the trade.
Cool.
Now, the other thing I want you to focus on too, we got a couple things working our way. A, you mentioned this kind of is 100% in alignment with what you want to do. B, you mentioned you have a family member that's thriving in this. Then the other thing I want you to mention, or I want to kind of remind you of, we're backed by the Better Business Bureau. So you could look up our stuff on the BBB. You would see maybe 4 or 5 complaints out of 3,000. The cool thing about that is we leave those complaints up. They're actually investigated. We haven't lost a single investigation. So you're going to see complaints on any business, but we leave ours up on the BBB. The other thing is we're backed by 3 of those largest certifications, which a lot of other companies are not, and then 3 times investment. So I want you to put that in the back of your mind. Now, as far as investment portion, let's talk about this. What is this thing going to cost us? It's only $300,000 in your left kidney. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Okay, this is where I sign up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Financial freedom does not sound like that.
Yeah. No, there's a payment plan of 7,300 and there's a paid in full option of 6,500 that saves you $800. Now, out of those two, which do you think would probably work best for you?
Let's see. Wait, say that again. So it's 7,300 for the 4 months.
Yep. So 7,300 is a payment plan. So essentially you put down a down payment, spread the rest out over 4 months, or
Got
a
it.
paid in full where you just pay the whole thing up front. We save the $800.
Probably paid payment or payment plans. God.
Yeah, that's what the majority of individuals do. And this is cool because no matter where you're at financially, we have extended payment plans, we have financing options as well. Okay. So what the basic individual would do is they usually will put down an average of about 2,300. That'll take your payments down to 5K. You divide that over 4 months. You're looking at just over about $1,250 per month would be your ongoing payments a month. That's equivalent to you needing like 3 to 5 clients, depending on what you're charging. Do you feel like that's pretty reasonable?
Yeah, that's I kind of had a feeling it was going to be around that time or around that price mark.
Yep, and that's because they they threw in that done for you program, which again, it doesn't matter how much great you are at programming. I used to love doing that, but that saves you several hours a week of time just to already have that done and plugged in. So
I believe you. I believe you.
now another option too that would help out as well is we could take that payment plan and spread it out over 6 months. But the only kicker to that is we have to put down a minimum of 2,500. You spread the rest out over 5 months, your monthly payment is $960. So essentially it's a 4-month program, but we're letting you pay over 6 months. So we make sure those payments are under 1,000. Is that something that would intrigue you?
So if I were to do like a 6 month, but the program's 4 months, I just pay 2 months after that? Or is it like, oh, you pay 2 months before starting? Or like, how does that work? You just trust us that we're going to pay, although you're going to give us all the information?
Well, yeah, so it'd be like on an automatic payment system, right? So we teach you how to do this in our course as well, but we have a payment system, which is Wave. We set up a down payment and then we have our reoccurring just come out naturally each month. We sign a client agreement. It's backed by a lawyer. So both parties are covered. So everything that I promise you isn't in that, but what we're allowing to do is we're giving you extra time to make that payment. $7,300 is a lot of money, right? So we want to make sure that you feel comfortable because we're pretty certain that you're going to get the results that you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
If your brother-in-law's getting it, we know that you could probably get it to do the same as well.
Yeah. So right now, as far as like this internship that I'm doing for the summer of 3 months, I'm not working.
Yeah, 100%.
So that's why like payment plans would sound better. So I don't know. I'd rather just pay more than pay less. I'd rather pay the 4 months than the 6 months, but also, coming out of this internship, actually, I do have a question. How much of my time do I need to dedicate to this to go at the speed and the pace that you guys feel that is appropriate to gain what I want out of it?
If we're looking to get to that 10K threshold, between that 8 to 10K, if you can dictate 10 to 20 hours per week, you're in a really solid spot. Okay. So do you feel like you can dictate 10 to 20 hours per week?
Definitely cannot. This internship is a full-time job. And I know I can't, just because I have to be in bed by a certain time to actually function throughout the day for this.
Yeah.
And this is an internship, so I'm getting certifications out of this too. So I definitely can't do maybe 10, but that's just not something that I don't want to spread myself too thin with this.
No, cool. Let me talk about this because we just got to get resourceful with our time. And if you can't do 10 hours a week, this is how I did. I was training 40 clients a week in person, 2 to 3 times a week. Okay. So how I did it was I was working from 4:30 in the morning to about 8:30 at night. There's usually a weird gap in between training hours, usually by midday. So when I was driving to the gym, I was popping in a module. When I was doing my pre-cardio before my workout, I was popping in a module. When I was driving home from the gym I was popping in a module. So by the time I got home, I was just implementing, right? So there's going to be certain days where I can get more done versus some other days that I can't. So initially, if we just start off with maybe even doing 30 to 45 minutes a day, which will add up to about 5 to 6 hours per week, And then we just have to be realistic with our expectations. At least we have the back end systems. We're actually taking action. We're moving forward toward our goals. But those goals will not be moved if we don't take action, right? And then as you get more comfortable and as you start buying back more time, then we can start dictating more time. So instead of maybe 4 months to get to that 8 to 10K, maybe it's taking us 6, but at least we're actually building our clientele base. We're getting confident, and we have all of our back-end systems already done, right? So at the end of the day, we're taking steps toward where we want to be, not where our current circumstance is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what we could do, because I know you got this thing going on, this internship, which is a lot. One, we can dictate that, maybe start off with just 5 hours a week, or what we could do is lock in at that lower rate to get you locked in, and then we can always do a delayed start. That could be an option as well.
Oh, okay, I think maybe that. But with the delayed option, like deposit, like is there, things that you guys will be able to share with me in the meantime before starting? Because I feel like that would be better, because I'm only getting involved in this just so I'm not doing this at the end of the 3 months. Like I'm doing this to set myself up for the end of the 3 months to like jump right into this.
So my goal,
this is not like, I don't have intentions of wanting to do this online and this internship at the same time.
Yeah. So what I would suggest us do is say, for instance, if you lock in, so if we've tried that before in the past where we give someone course access, but then what they're doing is a lot of people have been like, well, now that I got the access, I don't need to make my payment. So we stop that. So essentially what we're doing is we're able to lock you in at a lower rate, whatever it is that we're agreeing upon, because the course does get upgraded quite a bit. Just that done for you stuff in the chat GPT and AI just happened to come along, 3-4 months ago, not even.
Yeah.
So we're always updating to the newest trends of things. So at least we can lock in, but you're locked in. So you put that deposit down, you're saved. You also have a roster spot available. Now, if you're open to maybe just saying, you know what, I got this internship because I know that's got a lot going on, but I want you to think, okay, when I'm working out and maybe I'm doing a 2-hour workout, you're probably doing cardio sometime, you're probably driving home from the gym. You can get a little bit in if you're wanting to make this a priority, as far as like, that's how I did it, right? So if you can dictate that, you're at least setting yourself up. So by the end of the 3 months, all of your systems are set, all of your backend systems are set, and you've already got a couple clients. So now you actually have a decent foundation. So by the end of 3 months, you're firing off on all cylinders versus just beginning.
Here's the thing, I'm an all or nothing kind of person. If I can't put my entire effort into this, like I don't like me just giving minimal effort into something that I essentially is going to give me more income and support a lifestyle and everything else that comes included. Like I just know I can't do that. Like that's where I am. I could say I can, but just overwhelming mental health where I am and all that stuff. Like, I just know that I don't want to put more than I should on my plate.
Sure.
So like, if you can do a delayed, like that would be great.
Yeah, we can do a delayed start date.
So that would be awesome. Like I said, I have a phone call tomorrow and I want to make one more phone call just to see like what their approach, what they have to say and stuff like that. But as far as wanting to start ASAP, those were not my intentions coming into this call.
Sure.
I'm 3 weeks in, 2 weeks into starting at 5:30 in the morning all day. Like I'm a student at this internship. They send us home with homework. I just don't like that I would have to be doing these things like when my brain is dead. Like I'm not going to be fully in it. Although I will be, motivated that I want this for myself, that I will do it, but it's not going to be to the best of my ability. And I don't like that I'm not putting my strongest foot forward while I'm paying all this money to do it. That's my thing.
Yep, I get that. 100%. So right now we've kind of came to the conclusion probably the best option for you is see what, I guess sounds like you're going to go have those other calls.
Yeah.
And then this is something that fits in his alignment with you.
Yeah.
Then we can always do a delayed start. Now I'm going to challenge you a little bit. Okay. Because this is going to happen to you down the road when you're a coach. Okay. So bear with me. All right. So if we know this has everything that you want, checks all of your boxes, right? We know that this is going to get you the results that you want, right?
Correct.
All right. And then we have a family member that's seeing results. What would be the hesitation, or why would we even need to get on another call with somebody else
Because I want to see
that
what
has
they're, like I
everything that
said,
you're
in
looking for?
environment wise, like this person can give me the same plan that you guys can. And if their whole team is shitty with like not the kind of vibe that I vibe with, it
Mhm.
makes all of the difference.
Sure.
So like you're funny, you send me some funny texts. Was kind of didn't get time to research completely because I really just like booked the call ASAP. So I didn't
Yeah.
have a lot of time to really research about everything that you guys have to offer. But the things that I did see, I really liked. And like I said, it helped that I have a family member that's in it
Yeah.
that has already said positive things about it. But I just want to see what else that maybe they offer something that I didn't think of that wasn't said in your plan. Maybe that's more something that I want to go to. Like, I just want to see. I already booked a call for tomorrow and I want to do one more person because, $6,500, $7,300 is like, it's not a small investment
Not at
in
all.
in a situation like right now. Maybe it will be when I'm making $10,000 a month, or plus a month. Like that, at that point it sounds reasonable, but like I'm putting in a lot of money. I'm not just going to be like, oh, this sounds great, impulsive buy.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's where I'm coming from. Like, I just want to hear it out, hear what they have to say, what kind of sales are they going to throw at me to want me to get to sign up with them, those kinds of things. um, that's why I want to hear what call, like that call tomorrow, and another call that I want to put, because there's also another, like, having a female face brand. I'm it's going to be a female that I'm interested for, like, tomorrow.
Mhm.
Maybe it's different. It's just like being a female. Do I want to be led by the female as well? Does it really matter? I don't know. But like, I just want to hear from both sides, kind of thing. That's pretty much where I'm getting at.
Sure. I respect that. And just to give you some context, the majority of our coaches that are on that next level that would be coaching, in order for them to be able to coach, let's say, for instance, if you become a student, they had to complete 10K in mastery level and they had to obtain a certain amount of income. All right. So the majority of those individuals are female. So me, I'm just
Uh-huh.
the enrollment specialist. So
Yeah.
if I gave you a bad vibe, man, I'll throw you on with the female.
No, 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 no. No bad vibes here. No, but like, these are things like, that's another reason why I kind of veered away from this kind of field, because I was interning with the strength and conditioning coaches and the environment was not female friendly, I would say.
Yeah.
It's always been a very male dominant sport. So it's like, sometimes maybe I do want to be with a female face brand, because it's not easy being in a very male dominant kind of field,
Yeah, for sure.
those kinds of things. So I take that into consideration. And that's not only because of my experience. I'm only saying this because of my experience, and it's veered me away from this field because I've dealt with it.
Sure.
So
So
I do take into consideration, like, okay, who's the name of whose face, is the brand, female, male, like, it does make a difference. And I think it makes a difference. So it's something that I was like, okay, I want to hear out what they have to say. They have good reviews. Okay, I'm going to hear out another, like, a female coach, what their team has to say and their approach. It's going to be very similar. I'm sure it is, but I think it does make a difference having a female face to a male face, because what if I do want to start my own course? What if I want to be, have my own team and have somebody like you that's selling for me? Why are they going to be, why is that person going to sign up? Is it because, oh, because she's a female? Like, I've been in this situation, in those shoes, like those kinds of things. Like, it's a lot. but I have thought about this and I've experienced enough to know that these things do cross my mind.
sure, I get that. Would
I'm
it help
curious.
if maybe I connected you to a previous student that is a female that got a level of success? Would that help you out?
No, no. Um, you guys are very, from what I've seen, and just like the friendliness of you guys come off, and like, I really like that about you guys, because that's a lot of my personality. I'm very funny. very lighthearted kind of thing. So tomorrow's call is going to be something different. And that's like, I just want to see how they do things. I'm just doing this. I'm a curious person. So I just want to see what's out there.
Yeah, 100%. How about, well, I'm gonna send you that presentation. I got one more call after you, but I promise tonight I'll send you over that brief presentation. And I'll also send you over like a how to get started mini course, just so you can start diving in. Whether you're
Cool.
moving forward with us or not right now, I still want you to go in the mindset that you are a student. And then let's look at our phones and see what you have available. And why don't we just hop back? When's your call tomorrow?
It's going to be at 5.
At 5 in the evening?
Yeah, Eastern time.
Okay, cool. Did you want to set something up for Friday? We just touch base?
I want to do another call besides tomorrow's call. So I'm trying to book another phone call on Friday.
Okay. What do you feel about Sunday? Are you open to Sunday to chat?
Sunday, I'm actually going to be, I can probably do Sunday morning.
Okay. And you're Eastern time, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So what do you feel about 10 a.m. Eastern time? Sunday.
That should be fine. If not, I'll just text you about it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm like hosting something here at the house. So like I don't really know exactly how much of it I'm gonna have done. So
cool. So do you want me to tentatively put you in there?
yeah, just let's do 10 for Sunday. If something changes where I need to push it back or move it forward, I'll let you know.
That works. And then I'll probably today is Wednesday, so I'll probably touch base with you on Friday to see how you're doing on the mini course.
Okay.
Ask how the calls are going. And when you do go into those calls again, what I suggest you do before you go into that call, even if now that you've had one with me, write down on one piece of paper on one side everything that you want from a coach in a business and what is important to you. And then on that opposite side, after each call, you're checking off what they have, and then you're also writing out maybe what they didn't have. So that way it's easier for you to compare. And then also kind of going over what can they guarantee when they're going over that call. Are they being fully transparent and showing you exactly what's inside of their program step by step? Who are they certified? Who are they accredited through? Are they Better Business Bureau qualified? Those are the things I'd really be looking for.
Okay. Is
it just a money back guarantee, or is there a 3 times your investment guarantee? They don't got that. So, but just kind of keep in mind.
I'll remember that one.
But if you have any other questions, shoot me a text and I'll make sure I get them answered for you. Okay.
Sounds good, Jeremy.
All right. You have a phenomenal night. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. You too.
All right. See ya.